Good morning, listeners, and good morning, wrestling. It is August 3rd, 2017, and you've made it to Good Morning Wrestling. You're here with the Slew and
Charles X.
And we have woken up to another glorious day here on our great planet Earth. How are you, Charles?
Doing well, feeling better, it's been a good morning.
Coming back to it. He's coming back to it, people. He's coming alive.
Back in action.
He's just about half dead for the last damn couple days. Any half dead wrestling characters you think of? Any zombie characters? They ever done that?
Undertaker.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, no, Undertaker's...
I mean, he's dead.
Well, he's dead, yeah. Okay, well... Alright, well, like, actual, like, rip-off of, like, George Romero, like, zombie, Night Living Dead zombie type. You could totally pull that off in wrestling.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't think? Like,
No, not this day and age where everybody's smart.
But how funny would it be, say, like, okay, I've built it in my head, it took me a couple seconds. Say, like, Bray Wyatt slips something in somebody's drink, and then they turn into, like, his zombie.
Well, if you're going that route, TNA kind of did something like that with that Angelina Love a while back, to where she was just, like, in a trance. But, I mean, that's not like a zombie.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't work. I don't know. I thought
slip something in a drink and they become a zombie. I don't know.
The Bill Cosby. That's how Bill Cosby did it.
Not a zombie. I mean, they became just another victim.
Dun dun dun.
God, that was loud.
Yeah, Bill Cosby. That's what the show is about today. We're going to talk about Bill and all the great things he did. What about him? What about the old Theo Huxtable?
You fucked that all up.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not Theo either. I see where I've gone wrong. It's Cliff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cliff Huxtable. Remember when you used to go by the wrestling name The Huxtable?
That wasn't my wrestling
Charles?
name.
That was just your superhero name, wasn't it?
That's what I vigilanted at.
The Huxtable.
Vigilanted as at night. Which was really actually a good idea. Because if you think about it, I was just Theo Huxtable with no O. I was just the Huxtable.
As if we ever vigilanted at night.
I don't know why I'm saying was. I still am.
No.
I mean, I'm out at night all the time. I don't need a secret identity.
Yeah. You already are Charles X. Be Charles X. Just go out there and spray paint an X on something. And then people will immediately be like, oh, there's a vigilante in town. It's Charles X.
There's an X in my name.
Like, if you went to Canada and you started spray painting X's all over, you'd be like the biggest terrorist in the country. Those motherfuckers up there are so quaint, you know?
You lost me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Either way.
That's an inside Canada thing.
Oh, they're just all so nice and nothing bad happens up there. So if you went up there, you started spray painting X's, they probably wouldn't even think you're a vigilante. You would be like the number one wanted person in Canada. But all you're doing is spray painted X's on like a wall or two a night.
But anyway, we watched NXT.
Yeah.
Seeing as you've talked for about 3 minutes about Bill Cosby and other stuff like that. NXT was last night.
It was.
It was a pretty good show. No
Cosby in sight. But I will say, these kids say the darndest things. We got Gargano. We got Mendoza. Let's get them up here. Let's play the feud. I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm drinking a Monster far too late, and I shouldn't be. Gargano, how'd you feel about it?
I mean, it was a good match.
Yeah,
it was a decent outing. It showed that it showed that he can hang by himself. I guess that's all they were really trying to prove there. I don't know what he's going to... I don't know if he's going to do anything at Brooklyn. This didn't give any answers there.
No, nobody came out. Nobody did anything. Yeah. He just won. He just got him in a sub.
Just made him tap.
I mean,
it was a decent match. Mendoza hung in there.
Looks like
not very memorable.
Looks as though he hasn't missed a step since the old classic, right?
Yeah. I guess.
God bless him. Why did you say
I don't see why he would miss a step like that was his last wrestling match. He just took a year off. Now he's back at it.
You had time to think of that.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good match, and Gargano got the win. And it's the first time that we've seen this man since the Takeover Orlando, and the first time that we've seen Mendoza since
It wasn't
the
Orlando.
Classic. Was it not Orlando?
No, it was Chicago.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I read the wrong thing then somehow. I don't know what's going on with me.
It was Takeover Chicago.
It's fine. That works. Whatever.
Because it was the main event. That wasn't the main event of Orlando.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I understand.
It's
But it was a pretty good match. You know, we enjoyed it. Whatever. There's not much to say about it.
Yeah, literally nothing else to say of that. He got a win over a jobber, pretty much. A guy that nobody knows. A guy who's Brian Kendrick couldn't even get the name right when he was cutting a promo on him in the Classic.
Yeah, that was just rude, though. It was messed up. You know, whatever. He's here. He's in NXT. We'll see what he does. They gave him a promo last week of his own. That was pretty much it for that old beginning. Then we got the pantsuit heading on out there. The ferocious Asuka, the Empress of sometime in the future. She came out there and was all talking about how that Ember Moon just wasn't ready. You know?
Yep.
Because nobody's ready for Asuka.
She came out acting weird. She's... I'm not all behind her promos, but you don't have to be because she's undefeated for a year and a half. So
yeah, I mean, if
she's got the record to back herself.
I'll say that if Ember thinks she's gonna win this match, she's nothing but a lunatic.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Boom! Dropping it.
Slew's his own biggest fan.
Marking out. Over myself. But, yeah, it was, and then Ember came out there and she was all like, I call your pantsuit and I'll show you up with jeans and a t-shirt. And, they went at it, man. It was all like, damn, she ain't scared of her. But then it was all like, don't matter if she's scared of her because Oscar done tossed her out of the ring. But then it was all like, damn, Ember Moon done just jumped off, hit her with that damn move she done do.
Alright, well, they got into it. Asuka tosses her out of the ring, and it appears that she got the upper hand. When Ember Moon sneaks back in and does her Eclipse Stunner from the top rope. That's what Slew's trying to relay to you, but he just couldn't.
No, I'd assume most of them got that.
No.
But from what you said it a lot more professional. I will give you that, Charles.
Yeah.
You dropped it to him like a guy pushing papers. It's not a bad thing. I don't know. Pushing papers. But it's cool. Asuka's back.
Not even you laughed at that one.
Yeah.
When you don't laugh at it, it's bad.
Yeah, I gotta laugh because if I don't laugh, what if you don't laugh? And then it's just like, man, that guy's a fool. Yeah, he usually doesn't. But that was it. Ember Moon got the upper hand as she needed to here. And we like to see it. A little progression with Moon there. Maybe just a tad. There's always progression with her, you know, whatnot. But it was good to see her go over on Asuka in any situation that could be possible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they definitely needed to push her over Asuka. When Asuka just tossed her out of the ring at first, I was getting pissed because I was like, man, they got to build Ember. They built Asuka. Ember Moon almost needs to get the upper hand every time going into this match.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Like,
to even look like a contender.
She should be a little sneaky, to be honest. Like, there's nothing wrong with a face being a little sneaky to get a win over someone who literally seems invincible, if you ask me.
Well, what do you want her to do sneaky right now?
I don't know. I ain't writing it.
If anything, she did something sneaky. She got thrown out and then went to the top.
Yeah.
And jumped back in.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what you would...
I don't understand what you're going against here. All I'm saying is...
Okay.
All I'm saying is that she needs to be... I'm not saying that they're not doing anything right.
Okay, well, as a wrestling fan, like, what sneaky could she have done there?
No, I'm saying in the future.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I just didn't know what you meant there.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going against you. I just don't think of if you say something, be prepared to have to explain it. Because, I mean, we're on a show here.
Yeah.
We got viewers.
Yeah.
They want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think they understood. I think
Okay.
they got it.
All right.
Damn it.
They did.
We got...
They did now, for sure.
Yeah. We got DeVille versus Bemel. I don't know what her name is fully, because I didn't write the whole thing down, and I should have, because I realized that I didn't know the whole thing.
I don't know what her name
Something
is.
Van or Von Bemel. She is a big blonde chick.
We'll call her Big Liz.
Yeah, Big
I don't know
Liz.
what her name is.
Old
It's
Big
not-
Liz.
I don't think it was Liz, but I'm going to call her Big Liz. You know, the match gets underway. DeVille and Big Liz, they're in there squaring off. She's pulling a Mayweather on her, putting her hands behind her back, showing that she's not scared, telling her to swing. If they push this DeVille chick right, she could be the next big thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she has a good look. I guess she was working as a baby face. That was odd. But maybe she should be a baby face.
Yeah. How do you...
I guess that's a character people could like.
Do you get her... Huh. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. You would think. I guess that just comes off being mean, just being like a hard ass. But no
She
real
seemed like
reason
a...
for it.
She seemed like a heel to me, definitely, tonight.
She seemed like a heel when she entered, and then when she got to the ring, she was smiling and
The smiles throw it off, but
Running
what she's
around.
saying is heelish, you know? Like, I'm putting my hands behind my back, like literally yelling that, and then putting her face in front of her and dodging, you know?
I guess maybe it was what the other chick was doing that was making her seem like the babyface. Because the other chick, DeVille got in the ring, and the other girl, she like flinched at her, or whatever you would call when you do the like fake punch, and the other person flinches. I don't know what the initial part of that is, but she did that to her. Her facial expression, she looked mad.
I just feel like
Another legit looking jobber. 2 weeks in a row on NXT. I brought this point up. That the jobber.
She might not be a jobber. She might be in the,
Well, she is a jobber. She jobbed out to DeVille.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, she
jobbed out, or she just lost, and she could be there next week. You know?
Well, she did the job. That's that's a term in wrestling. You go there and you do the job. She did the job, and no one knows her name now.
Yeah, I know, but she could be in that Mae Young thing. I don't know, because I don't recognize the name, to be honest with you. I don't know.
I don't think she is.
Yeah, I don't know. She was pretty big, and she did fine in the match. She could be seen again in the future, perhaps.
Yeah, should be. I mean, she's a big lady.
Yes.
They do need contenders for Asuka.
Yes.
You've seen the job they've done with people like Liv Morgan, who's not even been on TV in a while. Of course, she has a relationship with Enzo, and people just don't like Enzo, so maybe that's got something to do with that.
Most definitely. There's no telling, really. She wasn't necessarily all that great, and then she became a jobber.
Yeah, she's not that great, and she's associated with a heat magnet. People just really hate him right now. They're talking about him going back down to NXT.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main ones.
Yeah. It's just weird, because it's like, who the hell is the one? Who's back there hating him? Because he's on TV.
Roman.
So I'd imagine it's not...
Roman threw him off a bus, I guess.
Yeah,
Told him
Roman.
to get off. He was just bragging about his money and how much he makes, and things that the
bragging
other guys
to them
on the phone near them.
Oh, okay.
And they heard him. I don't really know the details,
Odd.
but that's something I've heard.
Weird shit. I don't know. I think it's just so weird whenever, like, when somebody has heat. Because it's just, nowadays, doesn't... Like, I could picture it back in the day when it's, like, Undertaker literally seems like the judge, you know, in the back. But nowadays, it's like, well, who the fuck is in charge of the people in the back in the sense of keeping people humble? Is it really Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you think about it, the Shield guys all being on the same brand, I'm sure that definitely helps.
It's probably just the Shield.
I don't know how much they really hang out in the back. I don't know how much Dean Ambrose cares about the people in the back ever since Swagger left. Because we all know that was his best friend.
That's weird.
If I'm in the back, you'll see me with Swagger and Samoans.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, though. I will say. Caught me off guard.
Might have just been trying to put him over at the same time. Maybe he
That's
doesn't
true.
like Swagger at all, and he just was like, they're like, we need to get Swagger over a bit, Dean. Go out there and just say you like Jack Swagger.
Rest in peace, talking smack.
Yeah.
Getting Jack Swagger over.
Rest in peace, Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
He's going to go to GFW, which is obvious. Obvious that he was going to. That old mustache cretins over there, the Lorax.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That,
That does make a lot of sense.
That buggy riding maniac. That murder knowing fool. Didn't he? Wasn't he the guy that knew that dude murdered that guy? Shouldn't even have brought it up with the words that I'm using to describe it.
You don't know much about it, clearly.
Yeah, that dude who did
That
that one
guy
thing.
who did that one thing that one time. I'm just joking.
But that
The
match,
guy in Mexico that killed Bruiser Brody, and he said he doesn't. I mean, I don't know the details.
yeah,
He thinks he did it, and that guy got away with it. So
yeah, who
we'll
knows?
never know.
I mean, hell, OJ got away with it,
He's about to get out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The juice. Speaking of the juice,
Yeah, but he's gonna
Juice
get.
Robinson has 2 points in the
Everybody-
G1 climax.
Yeah, he does. That's true. But everybody's talking about OJ getting out and it being a bad thing. When really, he never even went to jail for murdering anybody. He's in jail for stealing shit.
Yeah,
So the
His
fact
own-
that he's getting out of jail and people are making a big deal out of it makes no sense to me. No sense.
there's definitely worse people getting out of jail
Yeah.
for doing way worse stuff.
Hell, you murder somebody, you might get out of jail in 20 years. If you actually get committed for it. But either way, way off topic. Kind of. We're coming up. Deville won the match, right?
Yeah.
What'd she do? How'd she win it? Submission?
Yeah,
She made her tap.
I can't remember. It was a
It was a triangle. Yeah, triangle choke. I remember. It looked alright. Looked convincing. Looked like I would have tapped to it, probably. With that haircut she was sporting. Intimidating as hell, I'll tell you what. She looks like she could look really good, though. She looks like Wonder Woman.
Yeah. She has a good look.
She looks a lot like Wonder Woman in the face. But she did well, and we'll keep up with her, obviously, as we'll have no choice, because hopefully she'll stay on NXT on the TV. We're moving on to a pretty outstanding match that we got to see. It was Aleister Black.
Hold on, before
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you're
we
skipping
could go
something.
ahead. Go ahead, do whatever you'd
The
like.
Bobby Roode promo, where he said that next week him and Drew McIntyre are going to be in the ring together. He also mentioned that Roderick Strong played the Bobby Roode lottery and failed, and now he's pretty much just back to the trailer park. And Roderick Strong came up angry after the interview, trying to fight Bobby. And pretty much William Regal comes up and Roderick Strong pretty much requests one more shot at Bobby Roode. And William Regal says that his hands are tied and there's nothing to do. Seeds are planted here for a triple threat.
Yeah.
Takeover Brooklyn. And there's still enough time. And really, if you think about it, the Bobby Roode, Roderick Strong stuff is more personal right now than the Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre stuff. So, I mean, no reason not to put Roderick Strong in the main event.
Yeah, most definitely. There's no story at all behind Drew McIntyre and Bobby Roode fighting. And this is going to be a big show. Though that already is a big match for me. I don't know. This could make it bigger. Can't really hurt it.
There's never been a triple threat main event to a takeover event. As long as I'm 99% sure about that. There's a chance that I'm wrong, but there was a fatal four-way once, and it was maybe one of the greatest fatal four-ways in all of WWE history. And this could be a big one, a big triple threat.
Yeah,
Probably not one of the best in history,
I'd say not.
but definitely an interesting draw. This card's coming together nice.
Yeah, most definitely. It's something that everyone's looking forward to watching. Who you got? Go ahead.
Tell them about the main event.
Okay. Dead air. We got Black versus O'Reilly. O'Reilly debuting. Black fighting the American Dragon guys, essentially.
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, whatever.
American Dragon is Daniel Bryan.
You're right. You got me again,
Yeah.
Charles.
I do.
I need to stop saying things. This is why you need to talk more. We got Black fighting O'Reilly, and it was pretty good. Pretty good match. Very enjoyable.
It was really good. Maybe better than Cena and Nakamura.
Yeah. But
I would say it was, just because I guess when you think of Cena and Nakamura, you expect such high things.
I would also say that they weren't... Black and O'Reilly put everything into this match, when in the Cena-Shinsuke match, I'd say they didn't put everything into it for following up matches in the future. You know what I mean?
Also very different
and
matches.
TV time and stuff.
Also very different matches. This was
hard-hitting.
This was more strong style than Shinsuke's match.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say, but
more
it was.
Strong style than like any of Shinsuke's matches other than the Sami Zayn one.
Yeah.
Honestly. Shinsuke doesn't normally get to go... he doesn't get to go all full out strong style all that much.
Yeah, I mean, he showed some of it in the matches against Dolph, and he showed some against Corbin, but not as much as he should to be the king of it. So
I don't necessarily like how much it seems they're like in the Americanization of Shinsuke Nakamura, which you can definitely see. It seems as though they maybe have they've thrown him into the routine thing, and I don't like that much. You know, just he hits his same spots in the same orders every time. It's like, I don't like that. I don't recall, even in NXT, Shinsuke being really like that, you know?
Just going through a shtick.
Yeah, like John Cena. It was watching John Cena fight John Cena in that match almost. I love Shinsuke, so he's my favorite wrestler, but it's like they're making him a John Cena. You know what I mean? He's hitting 5 spots or so, and those are his spots.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they should do... you shouldn't try and change it, Shinsuke. In any way. And I'd say that has to do with, production of the match and whatnot. You know, the producer's well, we want to see you hit this and this and this and this, you know? That's WWE now. I guess that's independence, too, obviously, more than anything. They get all their spots every match.
Well, I guess that comes down to the time dynamic. That I said that this match, for it to be a classic, needed more time.
Yeah.
Because the only things you're noticing are Shinsuke running through his spots because they didn't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
He wanted to hit those spots because that's his shit, you know. He has got... If you're fighting the top guy and all eyes are on you, you're going to want to get all your top shit in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would have gave him 25, 30 minutes, you would have saw a lot more thrown in there. So the first time we saw this match, I would have much rather seen it on a bigger scale. Even if it wasn't at SummerSlam, I would have loved to have seen it.
I'm fine with it.
I
haven't heard nobody said... I keep seeing this everywhere. No one said anything like this before Tuesday night. From last Tuesday up until this Tuesday, nobody was anything but happy as shit. And then the match happened, and now everybody's like, I should have done that.
Okay, exactly.
And I thought it was a fine match. Perfectly fine. I like the fact that they gave them a shorter amount of time and didn't let the match get too exciting to hold back to give us a much better match when it happens again. So then it can be exciting.
How do you know you're going to see it again? Cena's about to go to Raw.
Yeah, I don't know.
This match doesn't have any... There's no implications that this match will ever happen again. Cena never fought Daniel Bryan again, and that match was a goddamn classic. Woo!
Exactly. Well, that's exactly why. So, I mean... That's my point of the difference between these matches. We don't... That's why I think they'll fight again, because they gave them a short amount of time and the match wasn't that great. If they were like, we'll never fight again, then that match would have had half an hour and it would have been the best match you'd seen in fucking months. But Blake and O'Reilly fought, and they very well may never... Black and O'Reilly fought, and they very well may never fight again, so they just went all out. You see what I'm saying? I understand
if you're going to promote this dream match... I don't know.
I understand that point fully. I really do. I understand the point of it loses interest. But I just think I think it's slow news right now, and people are emphasizing on small things in big ways.
I just don't... If Okada and Omega had a match beforehand that was 10 minutes, that was just not anywhere near that matched their other matches, then that match would be an asterisk on the series. That match, I don't know. Just Cena and Nakamura, it was good, don't get me wrong. But when you're saying that Cena and Nakamura just had a match, And then there was an Aleister Black Kyle O'Reilly match the next night that was better than that. That shouldn't be. If you're going to promote this match for a week, my only gripe, I'm saying it was good. I just wanted to see it longer. And if you're going to have it in the future, fine. It's not going to be as big of a deal then because it's been seen. Even if it was for 10, for 5, for 15, for 20 minutes, it's been seen. Those two have locked horns, and the original finish for this match was Baron Corbin was supposed to try and attack Shinsuke and accidentally cost Cena the match. But that didn't go that way. They changed the finish to where Shinsuke would just win clean. And they set up the Corbin-Cena match afterwards on SmackDown's little aftermath thing, which who knows if that'll replace Talking Smack, if that was just a little one-time thing. So, I mean...
Yeah, I understand the point. I just think given the two wrestlers and the situation and the scenario, it's not as big of a deal as other times in which it could have happened. And I just think, I don't know, all the factors make it to where, in my mind, it's just not a big deal.
Well, I guess the main two factors are just the time and it had a clean finish. Yeah. If Corbin did come out and cause a bullshit finish, then there's at least the fact that you're like, oh, well, we haven't seen who would really win. But Shinsuke would win in 15 minutes. It wouldn't even come.
But it's John Cena and Shinsuke.
Minutes. If they have a 30-minute match now, then Shinsuke just beat him clean in 15 minutes.
Yeah, but it's John Cena. Very fresh. John Cena literally gets nothing but better when he loses. John Cena, that's literally when John Cena is his best, is when he just lost. And that is like a known fact. Because now he gets to be like, nah, I'm not going to lose again. I can't believe that happened. I'm John Cena. I'm going to prevail this time. And then everybody's like, yeah, he is. He's going to work real hard and do it like a normal guy.
Well, no, the bad thing is he will prevail now. He puts someone over, he's going to beat Baron Corbin.
But I see your point. I'm not in everyone else's point. I just think the fact that it's Shinsuke and John Cena makes it a little different. But, I mean that's just my viewpoint, and I don't know.
If they fight again, it'll be a big deal. Yeah. But it is going to be said that we've seen it. So, it's been done. The first time they did it could have been way more. They could have made way more money off of it.
But
SmackDown's ratings didn't even go up necessarily from the week before. So what did they get out of it?
I guess I'm looking at it as a fan.
Yes, you are looking at it as a fan.
Not as a business aspect.
Exactly. You were wanting to see what you want to see right now when you're going to see it. I was surprised that they were doing Cena and Nakamura. And I was surprised it had a clean finish.
Makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Shinsuke Nakamura, they know, should be getting way more over. They put him over John Cena to get him more over, and now he's fighting the champion. I mean, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
He could no one wants to if they would have had Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke, and the winner gets to fight Jinder. I understand he has the briefcase, so it would be kind of dumb. Then it's just like it's not as big of a deal, you know. Or him and Randy could have been Randy and Shinsuke, but whatever. But either way,
there's just not too many huge matchups that you could say haven't been done before.
Yeah, I guess that's a point too.
And that one was definitely one of them. And now it's off the table. Stop. And for Cena, his big matchups, because now you're putting him against this hot, fresh talent, Baron Corbin, and that's not that sought after. So who all is there left for Cena to fight in dream matches?
Not many people.
Not too many people. That hasn't been seen before.
Yeah.
One guy is Aleister Black.
But it has to happen.
So, we'll talk about Aleister Black and O'Reilly. Truly incredible match these two guys went off. I guess, before the match, Hideo Itami was out there demanding respect. And Aleister Black came out and was the one who was not willing to give it. Kicked him right in the jaw. And now... After Black and O'Reilly's match, I guess Hideo attacked him in the back, so that's going to set up for a match at TakeOver, whatever city, Brooklyn. Instead of
WWE post it?
No.
Did the WWE post that?
Yeah.
That's odd that they didn't just I don't know. Why not just say it next week, or clear it up? Because, I'm a fan, and I'm a fan that looks at stuff, and I didn't even know it, Like, if you weren't here, I just wouldn't have known. I mean, I would have known next week, because I'm sure they're going to work it in, But I just always think that's odd whenever it's like, this was broken on WWE.com. I guess it's to get, they're trying to get people to go there.
That's Facebook. If you're not really...
Oh, it's Facebook.
WWE uses Facebook as a real big platform for them to get information across. And I'm sure it was in Twitter, too. And if you're not all on Twitter and Facebook, there's a lot of things you miss in wrestling. Which is one thing wrong with wrestling today.
Yeah,
covered.
Because a lot of people aren't on
social media. Because, the average wrestling fan is, 46?
Yeah.
I think, 50-something, maybe.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys who, just don't get to watch the pay-per-views now. They just don't watch pay-per-views. And I'm just they're like, it's fine. I just don't have I don't have Wi-Fi. Because they don't freaking care.
Yeah.
Because they're just watching their cable. Living like a normal middle-aged person. It's weird. The digital era is good and bad. They're talking about...
Crazy.
They're talking about just having... eventually Raw and SmackDown will just go digital. Granted, everything will, but they're saying because USA has a network. Then how lame would that be? Do you have to have 2 networks to watch wrestling now?
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, but this match was really good. O'Reilly had a great match for his debut in the WWE. Essentially, we're on NXT. I guess it wouldn't count once he's on the main roster, so it's not in the WWE.
Wait, so are you saying that they're saying that WWE, Raw and SmackDown, won't be on TV? They'll just be
that? But that's just
product?
it's just in the future. I mean, in the future, nothing's going to be on TV. So really, it's a very blank statement to say. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like saying
so apps and stuff and networks are really just.
Eventually that's going to take over everything.
Cable?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm not...
Yeah, cable's dying, man. That's why now, the cable companies have apps.
That's crazy.
The HBO, you get HBO, Cinemax, all those things have apps too now. It's weird. Everything has an app because that Netflix did so well.
Netflix really put a dent in the world. It changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To the point where, man, I gotta say, the WWE Network is the best creation for me as a wrestling fan that there's ever been. When they said they tried to make this network for a long time,
yeah, I remember when
they fucking executed it perfectly.
I remember when it was just going to be a TV channel, and they were just going to play nonstop wrestling on there.
Yeah.
You had to pay for it, ESPN2 or some shit like that, and that just never happened.
And I think that was called WWE 24.
Yeah,
or 24/7.
They still ended up using that name for something.
Yeah, the 24 they use now with the Kurt Angle, Finn Balor, Rollins, those specials.
They're doing a Ric Flair 30 for 30. Is that what they call it on ESPN?
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, they're doing what this.
Scott Hall one's really good.
It's this week, I think, or it already happened. So look out for that. Some random sports dude just told me about it because he knows I like wrestling.
I think the Scott Hall one was a 30 for 30.
Is that what it's called? So I at least got the name right?
Yeah, I mean, that's right. But if it's not, then
what's it mean?
Whatever, 30 for 30.
I
don't know what that means, really.
Is it 30 minutes long?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, maybe that has something to do
with it. I know that has something to do with it, but I don't get the second 30.
30 for 30.
30 for 30.
I don't know, but either way, we keep getting off the topic here.
Well, I mean, we got time.
Black and O'Reilly had a blowout match. It was sick.
It was really good.
Black fought very slow while O'Reilly fought very loose and fast. I love... O'Reilly has no look for me. I think he just has no look. He literally looks like a blank slate character to me, other than that tattoo that he never should have got on his ribcage. And... but his fucking wrestling is outstanding. This guy knows how to fight. You could tell he's not just a professional wrestler. He knows how to fight. They were saying he knew Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai and stuff. You could tell he moves his hands around really crazy.
He's like a small Samoa Joe.
He's freaking sick, dude. His combinations are good. And what a great guy to put him up against. Because Aleister Black's combinations are sick too. Combinations to me, it's always it's always been weird because, like, CM Punk was one of the first people where I saw him and was like, he's throwing a combination type attack. And it's such an easy thing. You know, like, that has to be the easiest thing you could just come up with.
Yeah.
A punch here, nice uppercut, swing kick.
Nice
you
little
know?
striking sequence. That really is all you...
And it pumps the crowd up so much. Pumps the crowd so much. Whenever somebody hits, like, 3 quick moves in succession.
That is true. Crowd gets hot for it.
Lots of really good moves in here. So hard hitting. Lots of good kicks. Lots of submissions. Putting each other in submission holds and whatnot. Wrestling around. But in the end, old O'Reilly got kicked in the face. Black mass is what they call it.
Yes, sir.
Took his ass out.
What a match, though.
Pinned him.
Really, though.
Still never been beat. The Black.
And I don't think that'll change it at Brooklyn. I think he's going to beat Itami. I just can't believe that's happening instead of Ono.
That's so weird, though. Maybe Itami will get bumped up. Because you'd imagine he's going to lose, but you're just going to have him look this bad, you know? Because he didn't win against Ono.
Just kicked him in the nuts.
Yeah, which makes him seem like he's going to lose. And if he doesn't win against Black either, then he just looks bad, like bad. Because he should be able to beat these people. No, like, or at least contend very well to the point of beating them every couple times. He's been there for a long time, and he's supposedly one of the better wrestlers from the East.
I don't think I would have rather seen Itami and Ono and then have Black fight some newcomer.
Yeah, it would have been cool if it was
I thought there was
going
to be one more new guy from Ring of Honor. Maybe not necessarily Adam Cole, but, there's other guys.
That would have been cool, though.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But we're not getting that.
Nope. It'll be a great match, so I have no problem with that. That'll be hard-hitting as hell.
Hell yeah.
But it's like...
The only thing that make it even more hard-hitting is throwing Oney Lorcan in that bitch.
Which they might, you never know.
God, he kills.
Make it a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match. The winner is the next challenger for the belt.
Yeah, put Oney in there for sure.
Ono, fucking Oney and...
Black. It really would be funny if Oney was in it, because it's not like he doesn't...
Not even fit.
Yeah.
Give him the surprise win. Oney!
Yeah.
That's right.
Oney. Yeah.
Cassius Oney.
Well, that was NXT. That was pretty much it for NXT. It was a good show. We enjoyed it. I'm sure you enjoyed it.
Always a great hour of wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe the best hour of wrestling in the week.
I mean, they got to put on. They got to put on, like the Ritz.
Authors of Pain versus Sanity. We're getting that at TakeOver as well.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's the two teams that they were like, well, we have to have them fight here. If we're really going to make it the biggest card of the year, we're going to have these two fight.
Yeah, two heel teams.
Yeah, because it's like thrown together. Like, I feel like that's a lot going on in this the TakeOver for this time. Because I feel like they were just like, well, we have to have Drew McIntyre fight in the main event. We have to have Black and Itami. We have to have Asuka versus Emma Moon.
Yeah.
Just think of it as like the card that was set in stone. Either way.
Yeah. I mean, it's all progressed somewhat how we thought it would end up progressing. Might get a triple threat. I'd say we're getting a triple threat. I mean, what else? Unless he fights McIntyre again, but why would that happen? He lost to him fair, so that ain't gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep watching. Next week we'll get another one. We'll be watching out for all the news and whatnot on any subjects involving NXT and bringing them to you daily with Good Morning Wrestling. I don't even necessarily care to talk about that last thing.
Genders had no effect on the India market, really. That's all.
There you go.
That's all that is. Maybe a little bit, but not enough. So, will they give up on that experiment? Will they keep it going?
I don't know. Probably not.
Not too long.
No.
I mean, you got
What's
Mahal,
the point?
or not Mahal. You got Nakamura and Baron Corbin on the horizon. So
Yeah. What's the point? I mean, he's been doing fine.
he's had his reign.
Yeah, he's
Nobody
had
can
his
take
reign.
that away from him.
There's no reason. It's like there's just no reason really for him to keep going with it. Nothing else for him to do. He had the Punjabi prison match.
You've built this guy. Maybe you might as well keep it going.
Well, I mean, also you could look at it as you've used the title to build this guy. Now take the title off of him and let him be built. You know, he's built up. Let him. Now he can just go fight. You know, he doesn't need the title anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because that title did build the shit out of him. Because he was just as big without the title when he came back and nobody cared.
Exactly.
And now he's fucking...
The Maharaja.
He's always going to have something to talk about, and that's all wrestling is, giving people shit to brag about.
Yeah, you're right. That is... He could say he's done something, so that's cool.
And he can keep doing shit. He can win mid-card titles. He can... Yeah. Bunch of marks. I still think they are, but we talked about that for a long time already. But, I mean, yeah, gender, no real effect on India viewership because they all love wrestling nonetheless. You know what? John Cena becomes champ. I'm not watching just because a white guy made it. I'm not. I know. Different. Much different. Privileged life.
The Indians like Cena and Roman just as much as they like Jinder.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just hope they don't push one of those two guys. Good Lord.
Yeah. But, I'd say we can finish it up. Not really anything else to talk about. That was all we really got from yesterday. And we'll be catching you guys again tomorrow on another episode of Good Morning Wrestling. Last episode before the weekend break. We might have a game, might not, because we need to fill some space. No wrestling other than GFW. We'll definitely cover what's going on in the G1 tomorrow. You know, just update on that. Because
other than Juice Robinson, because we covered what happens with him today. The juice was spilled.
The juice was spilled a bit early. Yeah. OJ and him. And Cosby might accidentally knocked one over once in a while. Yeah. But on that note, Charles.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Yeah.
You know what's weird? I remember on the Cosby Show, I remember that they, his name was Heathcliff Huxtable. Mm-hmm. But on some episodes, it would say Clifford Huxtable on the front door. So, just a little crazy thing there you can look out for. A little tidbit.
Weird.
Yeah, because it would just switch it up every now and again.
Yeah. Everybody go out there and look for that.
Yep. Pretty crazy thing.
Pull up your Cosby Family show, whatever it was called, and enjoy it.
Yep. I bet you didn't expect to hear so much about the Cos today, but, you know, a little bit of cosplay going on here.
Yep.
That's right.
Send them out, Charles.
Get out of my house. I'm just kidding. It's been a great day. Thank you for joining us. It's been, you've been with Charles X and
Lou
here in Bad Luck Studios. We are the Marks versus Smarks. You've been with Good Morning Wrestling. What you got anything you want to say?
No. Thanks for listening.
Give them any blessings that they might need.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for doing it, Charles. Thanks for joining.
As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, and have a great morning.
Good morning. Bam, 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 bam.